tell us how your time in Colorado was and what
Sure.
you're looking forward to this meet.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here at Mesa. I've come to this meet the last 3 years, so I guess this is the 4th year they've had the meet here, and I'm really excited to be back. I just spent 4 weeks at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. It's, some good training in, and excited to get up and race here. Okay, is that better?
Is that good? Thank you. Okay. All right, go ahead and open up the questions. Ryan.
So on Twitter recently, you had a picture of you jumping onto a box. How high can you jump down? What does your training kind of look like?
I think that was a 39-inch box jump, which was my best. Connor was taking over the Team USA Snapchat, and I think he saw me doing some and said, "Hey, can you do one more for the video?" So I did that. What was your other question? How's training?
On a daily basis, what is training like?
Yeah, so I train about 9 or 10 times a week in the pool, and then 2 to 3 dryland training sessions, which is what you saw in the video. And training's been going really well. I'm really happy with how the last couple months have gone, and got a good block in at altitude these past 4 weeks.
Go in the back and then back. Go back.
Okay. Katie, what's your schedule going to be after this till Omaha?
I'll head back home, and then I'm going to go to the Atlanta Classic meet in mid-May, and then I'll probably for that to pass. I'll probably do one more local meet just to get up and race before trials, but mainly it's just here, and then the meet in Atlanta. Those will be 2 full meets, and then we still have to figure out our plan for end of May, beginning of June to get in one more meet before trials.
Hello.
Okay.
How much have you been following the trials from the different countries, Australia, China?
I've been following it a little bit. It's always fun to see what other people are doing throughout the world, and obviously with a lot of Olympic trials going on, there's been a lot of fast swimming recently. So it's fun to see fast swimming throughout the world, and I think it only means that our trials are coming up soon, and that gets me excited. And it's always just fun for us to race too and see what we can post here.
Katie, just building off that, can you describe what it's like at this point heading towards these trials and 4 years ago, your younger self kind of heading towards your first trial?
Yeah, I think, let's see, it's April. I think I kind of had a breakout meet in May before trials at the Charlotte Ultra Swim. It was my first time really racing a lot of national team swimmers and world-class swimmers, and I was happy with how I did there. I think I got 2nd or 3rd in a couple of events. So kind of at that point, I was getting really excited for trials and knew that I might have a chance to make the Olympic team. So again, at this point, it's just fun to look back and think of how much more experience I have going into these Olympic trials, and I think that experience can only benefit me.
Go to the back.
Okay. What is it like to prepare for races basically knowing that you are your only competition? I mean, do you go in with any fear of losing?
I mean, I don't really go in with that mindset, I would say. I'm always trying to get faster, and certainly my times from the last couple of years push me and challenge me, and those are pretty good competition in themselves. So I know if I just focus on myself and my times and what I want to accomplish this year, that will set me up well for the races and the competition.
So Katie, welcome back to Mesa.
Thank you.
How has it been swimming here at Skyline again this year?
It's been great. I swam here last night and then this morning, and the weather is obviously really nice. Blue sky today, and it's nice to get a little bit of sun. It kind of makes me feel like summer is starting, and summer means fast swimming. So it's fun to kind of kick off the summer here in Mesa and see a lot of my friends, and hopefully there'll be some fast swimming this weekend.
Hi. So you were recently in high school. So how did you balance training and your schoolwork?
I did a pretty good job of balancing both training and schoolwork. It's all about maintaining that balance, getting to bed early, doing schoolwork during the day if I ever have a free period or something like that, and just communicating with my teachers and my coaches and working through the little things like that. But mainly just getting enough sleep, still getting to my swim practices, and getting all my homework done. Those were my 3 biggest goals, I would say, through high school.
Katie, 2 questions unrelated. Knowing that you're far ahead of your competition, were there any swims in the trials anywhere that have gotten your interest? I guess the 16-year-old from China went at 8:22. Anything that's sparked your intrigue?
I think there have been a lot of fast 100 and 200 freestyles across the world recently, like a lot of 155s, a couple 154s, so some really fast 200 freestyles throughout the world. So yeah, I'm still figuring out the shorter races and getting used to the competition there, so it's always interesting to see what people post at this point in the season.
And you're entering college at a really unique time where it seems like anything is on the table in terms of change and reform. Have you thought about the possibility that you could turn professional and still maintain your college eligibility? There are people fighting for that at this moment.
I haven't thought too much about it, no. I'm just focusing on going to Stanford and being a student athlete there, and I can't wait to compete in the NCAA and swimming there, and I think I'm going to have a great time with my teammates. They swam phenomenally at NCAAs this past year, so I think we have some exciting years ahead, and I'm just going to focus on my schoolwork and my swimming, and can't really control anything else. So.
Looking forward to Rio in Brazil, what are kind of your goals going into it, and what are you hoping to get out of the trip?
Well, first off, I have to get through Omaha. I don't think everybody here is going to jump and say that they're going to Rio for sure. So just focusing on Omaha first, and then if I am lucky enough to go to Rio, I want to compete to the best of my ability and represent my country well.
So, Cole,
Yeah, can you just sort of reflect back on London and what stands out most in your mind, and then what's an Olympic year like for someone like you? We know how the public gets all excited about it. What changes in your mind during an Olympic year?
Well, first off, London was a great experience. I think I just enjoyed every moment being there, not even just the swimming race. I think I had a number of highlights apart from that too, walking in opening ceremonies, just being at the swim meet and cheering everybody on and feeling like I could make an impact that way. So those are kind of the things I remember the most. And then at this point, I think the question was like where I am at this point going.
How did things change for you in the Olympic year, just in your thought process?
Oh, yeah.
Because the public gets all excited about it, obviously. How does
Yeah, no, we all, I think, try not to think too much about it. Obviously, there is more focus on it, more attention on it, more spectators. Everything gets amped up a little. But in our minds, we just have to treat it like any other swim meet, both the Olympic trials and the Olympics. And there's no reason to change routines in terms of eating or napping or anything at meets like that. Just have to warm up, swim your race, do everything like you would, and that's why meets like this are good practice for that. You just swim at meets like this, and then you get to Omaha, you get to Rio, and you just try to think of the meet like it's this meet.
Katie, without taking classes and without being in high school this past year, what other things did you do to break up all the monotony of just training and swimming?
Yeah, well, I actually took 2 classes at Georgetown in the fall as a visiting student, History of China 1 and Comparative Political Systems. So I really enjoyed those, and I had a few high school classmates that went to Georgetown, and I have a cousin that goes to Georgetown, so I was able to meet them for lunch and do some things with them every once in a while. And then since I finished those classes, it's been really nice to be at home and be able to get some extra rest in between practices. And we went to the OTC for a couple weeks in January, and then we were there for 4 weeks now. So it's allowed me to travel a little more, and I've definitely gotten a lot more rest in between practices. So I think kind of every summer through high school, I would always get an extra boost just not having classes, and I would be able to nap in between practices in the summer. So I think I've kind of had that the whole year, which has been really nice.
And then just kind of a separate question. Are any of your family members or friends who would potentially go to Rio considering not going because of Zika?
No, I haven't heard anything like that. I think everyone's confident that the USSC and USA Swimming and the CDC will all put forth all the information that we need to be prepared for that, and I think we'll all be ready to go.
Katie, when you're having a challenging workout or a difficult day and things aren't going the way you want, what motivates you? Where do you go psychologically? What continues to push you when you're in your kind of own place struggling?
I think I just focus on the goals that I've set with my coach, Bruce Gemmel, and I think I just dig deep and try to get something good out of the practice. I know not every day is going to be good, but if I can get one good thing from it, I know it's a successful practice.
Katie, I know that you very much enjoyed swimming for Stone Ridge, and obviously your teammates and the idea of being part of a team, including school. So was it not at all a difficult decision to decide to go to Stanford? And I mean, how did you run through that? Did it take a long time? What was it like?
No, I always knew that I wanted to swim in college, and I'm really looking forward to that opportunity. And I have some friends now that are at Stanford, and I'm really excited about the recruiting class and class that I'll be a part of this coming year. And I think it's just going to be a great environment every day, both at school and in swimming. It's, I think, it's a beautiful campus, has great academics and a great swim team, so just can't go wrong there, I think.
How do you think being a student athlete has affected your swimming career?
I think it's always helped me maintain that balance that I talked about with you earlier. I think it's just taught me how to be disciplined with my schoolwork and my swimming, and you just get into a routine throughout the school day and the day in general, just with getting enough sleep, getting proper nutrition, doing my homework, getting to swim practice. I don't think I ever really skipped swim practice because of school, and I never skipped doing my homework because of swim practice. So it just it helped me maintain that balance and get all my work done.
Top two more.
Katie, how does it feel to come into this swim meet being on the leaderboard, number one?
Oh, I'm not really thinking about the Arena Pro Swim Series leaderboard. I'm not a professional, so it doesn't really matter. But it's just been a great couple meets so far in the series, and been great competition at all the meets. So I think this meet will be no different and should allow for some great racing.
Speaking about college, have you had a chance to talk to Missy about her 2 years and just compare notes on what her college experience was?
I haven't talked too much personally with her about her experience, but I've heard her talk in interviews about how much she enjoyed her college experience, and I think I'm excited to head out to Palo Alto and again just go to school at a great university and swim with a great team. Thank you.
Thank you.